This dragon sculpture is nothing short of a masterpiece, a breathtaking display of craftsmanship, imagination, and cultural symbolism. The intricate curves of the dragon's body, the swirling clouds, and the orb beneath its claws all speak volumes about the artisan's talent and patience. From the fierce expression to the fluid motion of its form, every inch of this work has been carved with soul. Let's start with the dragon itself. The posture is dynamic and powerful. The head raised high, the mouth open mid-roar, and the body curling protectively around the celestial pearl. This positioning tells a story of guardianship and cosmic authority. The dragon doesn't just sit still. It coils, watches, and commands attention. If you look closely at the details on the scales, the ridges, and the tail, they are carved with such finesse it almost feels like the creature might come to life. The cloud motifs surrounding the dragon aren't just decorative. They add movement, rhythm, and a sense of divinity. These elements help the sculpture breathe, creating depth and contrast that make the dragon appear suspended between heaven and earth. The smoke-like curls rising toward the sky elevate the entire piece into a visual experience rather than just a decorative object. The orb at the center, the pearl of wisdom, or cosmic energy, is smooth and contrasting against the sharp textures of the dragon. It serves as a focal point that binds the entire composition together. And look at how the dragon's claws grip it. Not too tightly, not too softly, as if it knows it holds something sacred. The blend of wood tones also deserves mention. You can see where the natural grain of the wood has been left to shine, while other areas have been burnished or stained for contrast. This balance between raw texture and polished surface gives the dragon both strength and elegance. If this type of masterful wood carving speaks to your heart, make sure to subscribe to our channel, Woodcarving Artist, where each piece tells a story, and every detail reflects generations of skill and tradition. What part of this sculpture impressed you the most? The posture, the orb, or the clouds? Let us know in the comments. And if you're inspired by mythical creatures and the power they represent, you'll absolutely want to see more. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another legendary creation. We're carving stories in wood, one dragon at a time. Thank you for being part of our journey here at Woodcarving Artist. If you believe in the spirit of craft and cultural heritage, you're already one of us. Tap subscribe and join our growing family today. Dragon Wood Fire. At first glance, this table might look like a simple round wooden piece, but a closer look reveals something extraordinary. The dual-tone contrast, the flawless finish, and the bold creative decision to split the tabletop into two radically different sides. This is not just a table, it's a statement. Half of the tabletop is finished in rich, dark, almost charred-looking wood grain that ripples like smoke captured in time. The texture is hypnotic. The other half? Smooth, warm, and bright, allowing the natural color of the wood to glow like polished amber. This stark contrast isn't accidental. It's a tribute to balance. Dark and light, fire and calm, shadow and clarity. What makes this piece remarkable is how effortlessly these two worlds are joined. There's no harsh dividing line. Instead, there's a beautiful jagged wave, almost like the edge of a mountain range, blending the two surfaces together like nature would. This transition is not only skillful in execution, but artistic in vision. Let's also appreciate the base of the table. Crafted with symmetry and strength, the pedestal-style support ensures stability while showcasing masterful joinery. Every leg flows into the center with intentional geometry, grounding the contrast above it with reliability and elegance. Pieces like this don't just happen. They are born from experience, vision, and the hands of a true artist. If you're inspired by the artistry of woodworking, where functionality meets imagination, we invite you to subscribe to Woodcarving Artist right now. You won't want to miss the next creation. What would you use this table for? A cozy tea corner? A signature display piece in your living room? Or simply a work of art to admire daily? Let us know in the comments, and feel free to share how you'd style it in your own space. And don't forget, if this piece has sparked your curiosity, there's so much more to discover. On Woodcarving Artist, we bring you the entire journey, from raw timber to functional artwork. So be sure to subscribe and follow along as we carve, shape, and finish each piece with passion. Whether you're here for design inspiration or to watch the meditative process of woodworking unfold, welcome. You're among friends. And if you're not subscribed yet, this is your moment. Hit that subscribe button and become part of the Woodcarving Artist family today. Wood and fire, light and shadow, all meet here in one beautiful table. And this is only the beginning. At first glance, this wooden vase may seem like a simple, elegant piece. But the more you look, the more it reveals its true artistry. The tall, slender silhouette is beautifully balanced, drawing your eye upward from the sturdy base to the rounded top. A masterful example of form and proportion. What truly sets this vase apart is the stunning spiral band design that wraps around its body. The dark and golden-toned stripes flow organically, adding a sense of motion to an otherwise static object. This spiral isn't just decoration, it gives life to the piece, making it feel as though the wood itself is twisting toward the sky. The surface finish is flawless. The wood grain shimmers under the glossy polish, enhancing the natural beauty of the material while protecting it. The artist's sensitivity to texture and tone is evident in every curve. The alternating bands of color suggest a deep understanding of contrast and harmony, a technique that requires both vision and skill. Look closer, and you'll notice that even the lid, a rounded, almost gemstone-like cap, has been crafted to complement the spiral theme. It anchors the entire design with a subtle weight, providing a perfect visual balance. A vase like this could easily become the centerpiece of any room. Whether placed on a dining table, an entryway console, or a gallery shelf, it commands attention without overwhelming its surroundings. It speaks of craftsmanship, patience, and a deep love of wood as an artistic medium. If you appreciate the beauty and innovation behind this piece, I warmly invite you to subscribe to Woodcarving Artist today. On this channel, we explore the world of handcrafted wood art, from traditional techniques to modern interpretations, just like this spiral vase. Tell us in the comments, what would you pair this vase with? Would you display it solo to showcase its elegance, or use it as part of a carefully curated decor arrangement? Your ideas inspire us and our community, so don't hesitate to share. And remember, this is only one of many stunning creations we feature on Woodcarving Artist. If you enjoyed this work, there's so much more waiting for you. Subscribe now to follow each new project, from raw timber to refined masterpiece, and witness the transformative power of skilled hands and creative vision. Join us in celebrating the art of wood. Subscribe to Woodcarving Artist and be part of a community where every piece tells a story. And every story begins with a single block of wood. piece of wood reveals a soul far beyond what the eye expects. And this vase is a perfect example of that quiet magic. What you see here is not simply a polished wooden vase. It is a dance of light, color, and grain, captured forever in an elegant form. The first thing that catches your eye is the unique blend of natural wood textures with the deep red circular pattern wrapping the body. This isn't just decoration. It feels like a portal, a window into the heart of the wood itself. The grain seems alive, flowing organically through the design and drawing your gaze inward. The vase's shape is timeless. The gentle flare at the mouth balances beautifully with the graceful curve of the body, giving the piece a classical silhouette that would be at home in both modern and traditional settings. But what elevates this piece is how the artist has chosen to enhance, not overpower, the wood's inherent character. The finish is mirror smooth, allowing the natural grain to shimmer beneath the surface. In certain light, the circular pattern almost appears to float, a mesmerizing illusion that speaks to the level of craftsmanship behind this work. Such results demand not only technical skill, but also patience and a true understanding of the material. At Woodcarving Artist, we believe that each piece of wood carries its own story, and that it takes a dedicated artist to bring that story to life. If this vase resonates with you, if you too can feel the life pulsing beneath its polished skin, then you'll love what we share on our channel. Subscribe to Woodcarving Artist to explore more inspiring creations like this one. Now, imagine this vase in your home, perhaps on a sunlit shelf where its colors can shift with the day, or as a conversation-starting centerpiece in a room where art and nature coexist. How would you display it? We'd love to hear your ideas. Share them in the comments below. Your creativity fuels our community. And remember, this is just one chapter in a much larger story of woodcarving. At Woodcarving Artist, we take you behind the scenes of every project, from raw log to finished masterpiece. Subscribe now so you never miss a moment of the transformation. Join us on this journey of discovery, craftsmanship, and beauty. Subscribe to Woodcarving Artist today. And together, let's celebrate the timeless art of wood brought to life by human hands.